Alright, so today and this coming week and part of next week, we are going to be working on genetics. So if you are not there yet in your packet, that's okay. You might want to wait on watching these videos for now. If you've already worked on genetics or you're in the middle of it, definitely check out all of the videos, even if you're finished, to go back and help you, because I don't think you guys got to this unit before school let out. So I'm going to start off really simple. I'm going to give you some vocabulary words. So I'm going to show you them on index cards. What I'd like for you to do is go ahead and write these words and their definitions on your own index cards and put them on your ring. Okay, so if you don't already have these. So I'm going to go through them, and then the lessons throughout the week are going to be on these words and what they mean and how we can use them in genetics. So this is a really cool unit, so I hope you tune in and you watch all the videos. Okay, so I'm going to show you the word, and then I'm going to say the definition. So if you want to use my definition, you're more than welcome to. If you want to look up the word and find a different definition, that's fine. Or if you want to put the definition in your own words. If you put it in your own words, just make sure that maybe you show a parent or an adult to make sure that it sounds right. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start. So we're going to start with the word chromosomes. So chromosomes actually go with your cells lesson, but they also go with genetics. And like I said, we'll talk about how that all works later on. So if you already have chromosomes, awesome, from cells. If you don't, then make sure you add it. So chromosomes, it's a thread-like structure that contains information about the characteristics of that organism. So of you or that animal or that plant. Okay, those are all organisms. Okay, chromosomes. All right, your next one is DNA. So same thing. If this is already in your cells index cards on your ring, then don't do it again. Okay, but it does go along with genetics as well. So if you don't have this, go ahead and add it. So DNA. This is in every cell in your body, and it carries your genetic information. DNA. Okay, your next one is the word trait. So a trait is a quality or a characteristic. Trait, a quality or a characteristic. All right, next one. Offspring. You are the offspring of your parents. So it's kind of like the child, but it's not just in people. So puppies are the offspring of the adult dogs, and even in plants. So if you mix two plants together, or you are getting multiple plants, then they're the offspring of the original plant. So even plants have offspring. So it's the children of two parents, humans, animals, and even plants. All right, physical characteristic. You might have this word from a different unit, possibly human body, but again, this definitely goes with genetics. So a physical characteristic describes how you look. And we're going to be talking a lot about that and why you look the way that you do. All right, so we talked about the word trait before, so now we're going to add it to another word. So this is dominant trait. So a dominant trait is a strong trait that is always seen in the offspring, and it covers up the recessive trait, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So dominant trait is the strong trait. Okay, so your next one is recessive trait. So your recessive trait is the weak trait that can be covered up by a dominant trait. This trait presents itself only if both parents pass it on. Okay, pass on that gene to their offspring, and we're going to talk about that more. So you're not going to see this kind of trait unless both parents have it, and we're going to do a lot of drawings and stuff like that later on, so it'll be really cool. Okay. All right, and then you have 4 words that we're going to get into tomorrow that kind of go with one another. So you have an inherited trait. So that's a trait that is passed from parent to offspring. You inherit it. You can also have inherited behavior. So again, it's something that's passed down to you because it has the word inherited, but it's not a trait that you can see on your body. It's going to be a behavior, which means it's something that you do. So if it's an inherited behavior, it's more of like an instinct. So something that you do that you didn't have to learn how to do. It was just in your DNA already. So things like a baby crying, Dogs swimming, they don't really have to learn how to swim. A lot of dogs automatically pedal their little paws because it's inherited in them. And then also birds flying. Of course, birds that fly, not flightless birds, but actual birds that fly, they don't have to really learn per se. They just kind of know what to do and when to do it. Okay, so inherited behavior. All right, and then we have learned behavior. So same thing, something that you do, but this time you learn how to do it. So it's a behavior that is taught or received through experience. And last but not least, you have acquired traits. So there's that word again, traits, and then acquired. And we're gonna talk more about this later, but here's your definition. Traits you get as you grow. They are due to your environment. Okay. So be thinking about maybe even some examples, especially of acquired traits, learned behavior, inherited behavior, and inherited traits. See if you can already come up with a list, and we're going to talk about these some more tomorrow and throughout the week. Okay, but see if you can come up with a couple of examples for each of those words. All right, I hope this helps. If you're looking over those vocab words, maybe get a sibling or a parent to quiz you, and I will see you tomorrow.